Hey YouTube, Lily of Horror here. Now, if you're like me, school starts tomorrow. Although, if you're not like me and part of the group of people which school started a week ago, which I had no idea could happen, then yes, this video applies to you too. Now, before I start this thing, disclaimer, I'm not making this in mock of people who do makeup tutorial videos. Like, I personally think, like, what people do with makeup is impressive. But I just think that beauty should come from within, not without. Because a quote said it perfectly: outer beauty will fade, but inner beauty, that lasts forever. So, without any ado and lack of sappiness, let's start this. How to be successful in school. First off, you need a proper diet and exercise, which is basically just taking care of yourself, because unfortunately it is scientifically proven that people who do look better actually succeed in school. Shallow, but it's like a weird thing our brains do or something. Okay. Other than basic preening, the first thing you should do is add a layer of courage. Layer of courage. Confidence is something you don't want to add, because while courage just gives you the strength to like socialize and do your best, confidence makes you seem like a cocky jackass and will actually affect your grades negatively. So you just use courage here to cover up all of your insecurities. Didn't do so well last year. Forget about it. That's what this stuff is for. Maybe you did something really embarrassing. Forget about it. Basically, it's all in the past, and you just need to put a bunch of just be yourself and have the courage to do so. Also, if you're in college like I am and living on your own like I am, let's face it, living on your own. So, yeah, put that courage all over your face. Now, just because you put this on doesn't mean you won't be afraid of why you need this. It just means that, yes, you're afraid, but you have the strength to do it anyways. Okay, next up is your foundation. Now, this foundation is different for everyone. I like to use Loyalty because if you're not loyal to the people who you care about and who you love, then you're going to lose them. So this stuff is essential. Although some people prefer honesty or kindness, but those are the reasons I like Loyalty. Whatever this foundation is, you probably formed it when you were young or young-ish, like pre-high school maybe. That's when I formed mine, so just put. Now this is the stuff well, it is possible to have too much of it, but you need a fair amount because your foundation is the next step is very important for doing well in school: hard work. You can be as intelligent and creative and talented as you can, but if you don't work hard, then you're not going to do well in, well, most in life in general. Now, I have a very round and chubby face, so I like to work hard to I like to add hard work to make my face look more mature. Yes, it is essential to add hard work under the eyes, because that's the only way to tell that you really have been working hard, that you've been studying late at night. Because honestly, not enough hard work can make your face look a bit unnatural. This blending thing, basically you want to blend your hard work, like so strangers don't take pity on you. Like, you don't want to seem like the type of person who always complains that Even though they work so hard, they never get anything right. So you just want to blend it. Blend it, blend it, blend it. Intelligence is just as important as hard work, but it won't show up as easily. And without hard work, intelligence will barely show up at all. So, well, even with hard work, you can put as much intelligence on, but all anyone will notice is the hard work. Now, this next one's quite important, optimism. Now, there are two ways you can look at your first day of school. You can look at it, well, shit, I have to do work, and I won't be able to socialize as much as I'm used to, and I won't play as much video games. Or, you could look at it like, yeah, I'm going to school. That's kind of awesome. Just school is an opportunity most people don't get, so I feel lucky. And just think, one after this, one less year until I, well, maybe you're in high school or college or middle school. Maybe you have a goal like to graduate or get a place. Just think, after this year is done, just one more year until that goal. Now you don't want too much optimism, because too much of it, well, will make you seem like Pinkie Pie. And in case you haven't watched My Little Pony, I will put a link in the description below so you can see why that is not always a good thing. Yes, she's happy and always bubbly, but to someone who... Now you don't want too much optimism, because too much of it, well, will make you seem like Pinkie Pie. And in case you haven't watched My Little Pony, I will put a link in the description below so you can see why that is not always a good thing. Yes, she's happy and always bubbly, but to someone who doesn't have their optimism on, it can seem kind of annoying. And if you want to annoy people, then I'm not going to stop you. But if not, then trust me, you want to go a bit easy on the optimism. And because of that very reason, you want to take this thingy and blend it. Now, this goes with the basic taking care of yourself. Exercise, diet. By exercise and diet, I mean, sorry, but you have to eat organic, you have to eat non-GMO, you gotta... Yes, sue me, but I'm gonna say it. You have to eat your fruits and vegetables. You gotta eat your proteins, your dairies, all of that. By exercise, I mean, don't just be lame and take your dog or pet out to like a pathetic little walk. No, I mean like take them through the woods or something. Again, everything in moderation. Blend, blend, blend. This one is non-judgmental. Now, you're walking through school and you see a person, maybe they're acting a bit different, maybe they're acting a bit weird. What non-judgmental does, it basically thinks, that person's just different, or maybe lets you even ignore them. If you don't put this on, then, well, there are people who forget this, and they are the most asshole-ish people ever. Like, they see someone who has, like, who's different, like maybe they're a different skin color or a different gender, and think, you know what, I'm going to be an asshole to that person. Don't do that. Don't be that person. Make sure you have your non-judgmental on. Non-judgmental is especially important for people on YouTube and Facebook and social media. Because, don't get me wrong, I love laughing at, well, I'm actually kind of guilty of this too. I enjoy, like, clicking links that say I lose faith in today's generation makes me lose faith in humanity, and facepalm. But if I were to see those people in person, I would not, like, take photos and post online with the caption, faith in humanity lost. I'd just ignore them. Because honestly, that's the best thing you can do in that situation. Now, after you put non-judgmental on, you have to blend it, because there are times where you need to judge someone, like if you're on a jury or you're in the criminal justice program and somebody actually did something like criminal, then you need to put on your courage to do that. But remember, blending non-judgmental is only if you see someone doing something bad. Like if you see someone like breaking school rules or underage drinking or whatever, say something about it. But don't make assumptions about their life choices. Like, trust me, you want to suck up to your teachers as much as possible, because if they don't like you, then you can pretty much kiss your future goodbye, because then they won't give you good grades and you won't get into good school. Although, to be fair, I know some people who didn't go to school, and in all honesty, I actually like their life. Because here I am working my ass off to become a lawyer, and they already have a family. So it's like, I know my mom would disagree with this statement, but what can I say? School's hard. Okay, so after that's on, you need fairness. Yes, this is the right thing. Now, fairness is when you see your best friend and another girl fighting, and you ask what's going on, and what happened was your friend thought the other girl was like different and decided to be a bitch or a jerk to her. Yeah, fairness is when people put on fairness, that's when they take their friend aside and say, hey man, this isn't right, don't do this. Non-fairness is when you like, hey, they're my friend, so what can I do? And you go in there and start beating the crap out of the poor victim. So trust me, this is also very important. You might even, although I can hear people saying, doesn't that definition of fairness conflict with loyalty? Well, here's the thing, I am very picky when it comes to friends. So before I give someone my loyalty and call them my friend, I make sure they're a very good person first. Well, although there are the types of friends who you're friends with, but you're not close with. Like, I have a friend that if I saw him beating up a person and that person said that, and I got the story and turned out that my friend started it, well, first I'd be shocked because he's kind of he's not exactly a saint, but he's not that much of a dick. And also I'd take him aside and say, hey, knock it off. So, yes, it is important to be loyal to your friends, but but almost just as important to be loyal to your friends is to have the ability to stand up to them and say, hey, this isn't right, knock it off. Okay. Now, this here is basically be yourself. Because let's face it, if we all acted like how we thought everyone wanted us to act, like, the world would be so boring. And who knows, maybe your dream job position is looking for someone just like you, but you went in there and kissed their asses, and that's why you didn't get the job position. So it's always important to be yourself. Like, I personally like this gold color because it's subtle, but it's subtle, but it's something there. I think it's a good metaphor to what it's supposed to represent, not just... Okay, now that's done. And again, the taking care of it. You gotta take a lot of care of yourself. This is see the positives. It's similar to optimism, but other than optimism, it's basically you're in a bad situation, and I'm not talking school, I'm talking bad, and you can see the good in it, such as, oh, I forgot lunch day. I can have lunch at the cafeteria instead. See the positives is good to have for a lot of people because, let's face it, we live in a society that's very negative and for no reason. Like, I understand bad things happen to good people, and I'm not saying you shouldn't be mad at that or sad, but I'm sorry. Going to school is not one of them. Just from going to school, it makes you so much more privileged than like around a lot of the population. This goes for ladies especially because in a lot of countries, females can't even go to school because it's considered a male thing. So instead of bitching that you have school tomorrow, be thankful. A lot of people would die or kill to be in your shoes. Next up is kindness class with a touch of sass. Kindness is what stops you from saying all those rude, insensitive things to people. Class pretty much stops you from, well, how do I put this? Saying things like swag, YOLO, basically makes you dress nice, and by dress nice I mean something other than a bikini top and booty shorts. Sass is that little teeny tiny drop of something that basically keeps you interesting. Okay, so the rest is just touch up around the eyes because you can't really see, but my fairness kind of ran a lot, so I have to fix that. Because honestly, if we're too fair, then we'd be hunting down rapists and torturing them. But alas, that's illegal, so we can't be too fair. We just need to be the right amount of fair, so to do the right thing. Because, as you said earlier, fairness can affect your loyalty. Now, because my fairness ran a bit, so did my non-judgmental when I was reapplying my courage and loyalty. My non-judgmental ran a little bit, so gotta fix that. Now I just gotta add a little bit more hard work. And now that we are all done here, there are two more final touches. Now, I said confident is not a good thing to put on your face. However, it's good to have a little bit of evidence or a smell. Now, because when you're insecure, now it's not good to be arrogant or cocky, but it's also not good to be insecure either. Like when you're insecure, nobody wants to hang out with you, and when you say things like, why should we hire you, you're like, you try to make up a bunch of reasons that you don't really believe, but you need to be confident. You don't need to be cocky or arrogant, you just need to be not insecure. Now the final touch. Yes, food. Self-care is highly important for success, or else you'll have a mental breakdown. And there we go. That is how to succeed in school. Although this could also work for life and other stuff like that. Anyway, live long and prosper.